horrible person.
You know what? I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
I think we need to...
How do you go from being a home interior designer to even having your own line of products, a show on Bravo TV, to becoming an internet skank where you laugh that someone could die? Hey, I'm Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That'll give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Hey, please like and share this video. That's the way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the Afternoon Drive. And remember, if I don't say something that makes you mad, I probably didn't make you think. This is a podcast for thinking people. Jennifer Welch has become the new darling on the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media as being one of these to the far left shock jock podcasters to combat the right-wing version of what they consider to be alternative media online. In other words, she's the answer to Joe Rogan. She's the answer to Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. We've got Jennifer Welch and her podcasting sidekick, Angie the Pump. And they've got a program called I've Had It. Well, Jennifer, who got her start as an interior designer, has books that feature her designs. She had her own line of products. At one time, I don't even know if she still is on Bravo TV. To be quite honest with you, I don't even know if there's a Bravo TV anymore. I don't watch regular television at all. I don't even know why I maintain a subscription to satellite TV through Dish Network. I never, repeat, never watch it. That said, how do you go from being that, trying to be perky and happy and, like all of those Let's Flip This House shows that there are hundreds of on HGTV? Notice she didn't make the network where this stuff really gets carried. So she's no Joanna Gaines. So she turned her attention toward politics. And of course, she has gone with this over-the-top TikTok version of liberalism. And she's got a couple of million followers. And she's just a vulgar nasty mouth who celebrates the death of Charlie Kirk and laughs that he died, and then laughs when another conservative says, well, what if somebody killed me? And then gives a warning to Chuck Schumer and the Democratic Party.
Finally, if you think this Zoran thing is happening just in New York, and you think people are waking up only in New York City, you're mistaken. Look at this clip of a wine mom at the No Kings March. Play the clip.
Whatever his name was?
Charlie Kirk, ma'am?
Yeah, him is horrible. Horrible.
Charlie Kirk is horrible?
Yes, I'm glad he's not here.
You're glad he's dead?
Yes.
Why would you say something like that, ma'am?
Because he was horrible on the campuses, the college campuses. Horrible person.
You know what? I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
I think we need to...
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit, or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after Maga. Period.
Did she say what I think she just said?
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit, or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after Maga. Period.
Now look, I know this is trying to be spun by the left, by Democrats, and she's talking about, we got to fight, Well, that's what this whole shutdown is about. They're fighting. They don't even have real something that they want to gain, because what they're asking for, they know they're not going to get. It's all about providing health care for illegals, and they do that through Obamacare. And the Republicans have said, look, we just want to fund the government to reopen. Then we can have all these other debates. And so they're about to let 40 million people starve tomorrow. Also, they can prove some righteous socialist point and make life miserable. And as I said in a previous video, this is what socialism actually looks like, people. And this is what she's espousing and vowing. But look at, she just threatened the lives of even Democrats like Chuck Schumer. Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, listen to this again.
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit, or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after MAGA. Period.
Alrighty then.
Now, in the context of what led up and the fact that she was laughing over the death of Charlie Kirk and then said, you Democrats better get on board, because what she's implying is what happened to him can happen to you. This is where the far left is. They are the danger and the true existential threat, not only to the concept of democracy, which we see through the socialists that they are running for offices around the country. They are literally a threat to conservative individuals as far as life is concerned.
Go on an I'm sorry I took AIPAC money atonement tour if you want to stay in power. Stop missing out on these big rallies. Hakeem and Chuck should have been front and center introducing the next mayor of New York City, but no, they wouldn't show up because they're pussies. They're pussies that are beholden to the same corporations that helped Donald Trump get elected.
Again, as I said in a previous video, CNN has been touting a poll that shows that 73% of Republicans oppose socialism. 53% of independents oppose socialism. But 64% of Democrats now embrace socialism. And that is exactly what Ms. Welch is espousing right now. That the Democrats embrace this far left loon in New York City. This absolute, as far as I'm concerned, evolutionary jihadist. And let me explain what I mean by that. I said when I was on radio back in the early 2000s in the Orlando radio market, I said then, there are two types of Muslims, revolutionary and evolutionary. Revolutionary Muslims are the guys that strap dynamite to their bodies and then, walk into a Jewish coffee house and detonate themselves. They fly a plane into a building. You catch my drift? That is a revolutionary jihadist. We will bring about the mass conversion to Islam through means of violence. The evolutionary Islamic puts on a suit or a dress, depending on the gender, and under the laws of the land of the United States, they get themselves educated and elected. Once they're elected, they want to do the same thing that revolutionary jihadists do, only they do it evolutionary. They use our own laws against us to get into places of power, and then once they have power, I am telling you, they want nothing less than this to be an Islamic state under Sharia law. Make no mistake about it. And they will dangle things like feeding the poor and doing good things and yada, 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 socialism, 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 to get the masses duped into voting for them. And then when it's too late, when you realize that the government now decides if they'll feed you, if they won't feed you, where you can live, how you can live, if you'll have health care, if you can go to the doctor, if you can have that operation, if you can travel, they will control every area of your life. And you, if I like it, because you will own nothing and be happy. That's socialism. That's Mondami in New York City. That's the wingnut Somali running for the mayor of Minneapolis and Minnesota. And that's what so many of these other socialists are espousing. And the left Democrats have embraced them, and Jennifer Welch is serving notice on Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck E. Cheese Schumer. You better get on board with this, or we will Charlie Kirk you. I said earlier, the only thing keeping the government closed right now are 4 Democrats. Because John Fetterman has already said he would vote for reopening the government with the Republicans and with the independents. We're 4 votes short. 4 Democrats have got to find the character and the cojones to cross the line and do the right thing here. But of course, those Democrats on Capitol Hill, even the ones that disagree with Miss Welch and her over-the-top rhetoric, see, they're led by feckless wimps who are afraid of people like Jennifer Welch.
And this is just an embarrassment. Kudos to Bernie, to AOC, to Zoran. And that woman out in somewhere middle America saying, fuck Charlie Kirk, he was a racist, he was a piece of shit. There are so many more of us than there are of them. And these Democrats that continue to play patty cake with corporations and lobbyists, nobody wants that. Nobody wants you. We want politicians to speak freely and look at what the benefit is. Look at what is happening in New York. And you dipshits are sitting on the sidelines, running your social media like complete dorks. It's embarrassing. Get your shit together. Hakeem and Chuck, seriously, get your shit together, because the Democratic Party is moving on.
And now we know why she's single. I'm done trying to break this down and reason, so I'm just going to kind of, channel her. She's a skank. I promise you, even Mickey Gilley wouldn't have taken her home at closing time. Nobody, I mean nobody, wants to be around an infectious individual like her. She is nasty, she is vile, and apparently nothing she enjoys more on a first date than maybe a little drinking, dancing, and watching someone die. Wow. Way to go, Bravo TV. Way to give her a show, an influence, and an audience.